Ooh, just a little bit out of tune this morning, and we'll go ahead and take a look at fixing that little trouble spot. But I wanted to wish you a wonderful morning, and just let you know that we do have a pretty good morning to get started with today. So we'll go ahead and do that as soon as I get to change phones today because of a technical snafu with the other one, but that's okay. We're pretty responsive to these kinds of things. Let's go ahead and get ready to tune up. Just a couple of housekeeping items here on for the morning ritual, for this morning ritual for guitar growth, which is number one, thank you for the text this morning. And that was great to hear from you. We did have a wonderful weekend, and had some family barbecued some pizzas, and we enjoyed a good a little bit of studio time, and just a great thing. We got churched up on Sunday morning, which is what we always do. We try to save some time for our obligatory sort of like spiritual lives. So we do that as a family every weekend, and of course we pray together as a family all the time, every day. And I just wanted to start with the guitar. I know I've been using this guitar every day, pretty much, not every day, but many of these days. And oh man, what a great song that is, the old Jackson Browne song, These Days. What a great song. So this is a Dreadnought. It's a Martin Dreadnought. It's my daily driver. I use this every single weekday morning, and almost every single weekday morning. And the purpose is to just break the guitar in. It's over a year old for me now, and I want to put some miles on it. I want to just test it to see how roadworthy it is. And it turns out I really love this guitar because it's so easy to use. It's got electronics in it, which you can maybe, I don't know if you can see, but where's the button? Here you can see a little tuner. Oh, maybe the battery's gone. But anyways, there's some electronics in it, some volume and treble knobs up here. And then the exciting piece of this is you can use your strap button without interfering with the access to the battery, right? So this is phenomenal. And then you also don't interfere with the input button, with your strap button, with your input jack, right? Or the strap button with your input jack. There we go. I'm with you now. And so this is available via affiliate link. If you feel like you need to try one of these guitars, you need to buy the guitar, you can through link in the description here, and then a link associated with this video. I'm not selling, it's no pressure, but I just need to mention it because this is what I'm doing for a guitar. And it's a wonderful thing. Also featured in this video is the tuner, a link to the tuner, not tuner, because I do not use an electronic tuner in the mornings really ever, unless I'm on a gig and need a tune-up lickety-split in a loud environment. But here's the metronome that I use, and that's also linked. The tuning fork, the guitar, also the Page capo is featured in this video. So if you need any of that stuff, the Martin strings that I use, phosphor bronze, you can, easily grab any of that stuff. But what I'd like to do is just move beyond the housekeeping of what we're doing here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and just get going. Good. Let me just rough this in real quick. Good. I think we're there. What a really great little tone when you can just sort of rake through the string set. And then finish up a chord like that with a slightly palm muted rake, but it lets all of the notes bleed through, and then you have that melodic angle on the top. Great stuff. Well, let's go ahead and get warmed up today, Jason. Uncle Jason with the guitar. And how are you doing today, guitar? How are you? Good morning, guitar. Exclamation point. All right, so fingers 3 and 4. If you're here and you have a guitar, if you don't have a guitar, run quick now while it's fresh in your mind and go grab yourself your guitar. And we'll go ahead and just start together with fingers 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2, a nice easy stroll through the string set. So tiptoe through the tulips. 1 E and 2, frets 10 and 12, and fingers 3 and 4. Yeah, and here we go once again. We are focusing on breathing skill. We're focusing on the continuity of tone skill set with both the fret hands and the pick hands. Yeah, we have a heart key system set up here. I don't know if you're into bass guitar or not, but we have a nice heart key, you know, one of the old school. It's not a Class D head, so it's one of the bigger ones, you know, an old school. And then an Eden 210 cab with a tweeter and a horn in it. And then also an 18-inch cab, so the thing is about this tall. And man, when you plug a 6-string bass into it, we had some time yesterday to explore that, and man, does that sound, it just moves every cell in your body. It just awakens the body. That low frequency roar is, it's hard to, you can't sort of like replace that or replicate that with headphones, right? It just won't do it. I've heard that there, you know, raves or dance parties where you show up and you get a specific, you know, you get your set of headphones and then it's all dialed into a specific frequency, so everyone at the rave is now listening to the same DJ doing the mix in a live environment, and you're just dancing like mad. But if you didn't have your headphones on, you could look around and watch everybody just dancing like they're at a dance party, but there's no music, you know. So what if you're deaf or hard of hearing? You know, that doesn't really, I don't know, it's not that interesting. But maybe it is. I've never been. So if you've been, let me know if it's worth checking out. But raving with headphones now, who would have thought, you know? Who would have thought? I'm a firm believer that I really came from a generation where you actually feel the music moving you, and maybe that's not an interesting thing anymore. Maybe it's a thing of the past. I don't think that kind of thing really goes out of style. What I think is happening is we look at new resources and what we have at hand, and what can we do with the thing that we have. So what I'm trying to do with the thing that I have a very simple acoustic guitar, which is, happens to be Martin Dreadnought. Could be any acoustic guitar. I have another Martin over here. It's an an OM, just a beautiful mahogany guitar. It's up here right now, and it's just sitting literally right over there. I'm just using this as my daily driver. But it's, and then here's another Gibson over here. Here's another Strat over there. Here's an upright bass right here. And a locker full of really, really great microphones. But it's really simple. This is all designed to be super simple and super like low barrier for entry. So anyone can join, right? Anybody can join in. Anybody can benefit from any of this anytime they like, So really simple, no distractions, just you, yourself and your guitar, just me and my guitar. I'm starting to feel the tightening here already, and we've only been through the 2-finger groups. Now we're going through the 3-finger group. Well, let's do the 2-finger stretch group. So let's go ahead and do the non-contiguous fingers. We do have some things to look forward to, some more hybrid style pick sequencing and practicing today, or introducing those, reintroducing those, and continuing those in our warm-up environment. Thank you, Kevin, for recommending that, and great idea. So we'll start here with continuing along in our pick journey, fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12, 1 E and a 2, you know what to do. And I guess I've got the Nag Champa, the old hippie stick going over here. So let's start that over again. Just trying to get that environment right so that my breathing can work correctly and my in and outs work correctly. Making a very simple sort of like these simple breathing improvements and these simple posture improvements really, really just work. And I'm just thrilled to death that I can be awake and I have the time that I can spend with the guitar again today. What an honor and what a privilege to be able to play the guitar every day, to have the freedom to do that, to be able to live in a place where this is available every day. Just amazing, just amazing. 1 E and a 2, you know what to do. Here we go. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth. I'm Jason, your host. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And, we have guitar players from all over the planet that just tune in and warm up. Very simple thing to do. It's free for the entire year of 2025. There's no glamour here. There's no glam. There's no, vanity. Hopefully most of the vanity is, and hopefully most of the ego is it's all of that's checked at the door. You can get it on your way out, but pick it up on your way out. But this is all about just simple approach to the guitar. And right now we're working just a really quick zipping up through all of these 2-finger patterns. Now we're going through 3-finger patterns. And we're starting 10, 11, and 12 fingers. 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2. You know what to do. Mark. And I've been instructed to, if you have not yet received the PDF of the Pentatonic formatting, last week we had a few emails come in actually asking for the Pentatonic sheet. So the Pentatonic sheet, we do pentatonics, we maintain pentatonic systems here during this morning ritual. So Joe Bonamassa, Eric Johnson style, just kind of getting those 5 pentatonic, and the whole system, basically, we're developing those as we come along through this warm-up cycle. So sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to try to keep up. And we offered last week, if you need or want the sheet, the pentatonic sheet, just email us at growth@jasoncareyguitar.com and just say, hey, morning ritual for guitar growth in the subject. And in the description, in the subject matter of the email, the body of the email, just let us know you'd like to have a free copy of that sheet, and we'll get it to you. But if it hasn't come to you yet, it's coming very soon. I know that they're going out in batches. So if you need that, just go ahead and hit us up again at growth@jasoncareyguitar.com. All right, more to come. Stick around. So if you stick around, we have some really great stuff coming up here this morning. So after we get through this chromatic style finger warm up, we have some other goodies to work on, to absorb. 1 E and a 2, you know what to do. Oh yeah, did I mention the PDF binder for the Pentatonic system was free? It is free. Like, it doesn't cost you anything, right? Just an email, growth@jasoncareyguitar.com. Say, hey, I'd like to have a copy of that PDF systems sheet. It will likely enter you into the newsletter, though, so be forewarned. We don't spam people in the newsletter, so we don't sell it. You know, all that stuff. We have a lot of email lists, you know, from some of the work that I've done in the past. We have lots and lots of lists, lots and lots of names, but those kinds of things don't you know, if you're interested in what we're doing, let us know, and then we can help you kind of move forward and focus on the growth part of what we're doing. The growth part of the guitar. The growth part of the guitar is the best part, you know, because it requires us to be here present in the moment, actually doing what guitar players or guitar practitioners are intended to do, and which is what? Yeah, eat pizza and French fries, right? You know, some of my favorite lasagna, you know, like I don't know, maybe some curry, a beautiful vindaloo. I still haven't had a really spicy vindaloo here stateside. It's always been abroad, and but I've had some really good ones here, even locally, and really good ones. Daddy Dhanyavad, thank you. And but yeah, I'm still feeling like I'm not really awake. I don't really have it going on yet this morning. It's not really there yet. So I'm just going to continue warming up. We've got, let's keep an eye on the time. We have a stretch period right now. I'm running a little behind on the stretch period, so I've got to focus on this. Just get a quick, you can see my guitar. It's called Tweety for a reason. You got the Tweety bird head right here, so thank you for helping us out with that. And here's the stretch. It's a really simple stretch. It's complicated, and you can make it actually marketable, right? You can make this stretch marketable. Did you know that? One of my students taught me this a long time ago. His name is Marty. He's still around. A long time ago, Marty was coming in. He's a Navy veteran and had one leg, and he would come up 2 flights of stairs or whatever to come and see me at my old office space, and never complained about any of it. Just came up, rattled some guitar talk for an hour. He's always kind of coming in for an hour. I had a few students who would come in for half hours, you know, the younger ones or whatever, but most of my students really enjoy the hour-long session. And he'd come in and he would say, you can make anything on guitar, you know, even a blues lick, a simple blues lick, marketable. You can market yourself just by making it look like it hurts you when you play it. And I thought that's pretty insightful for a neophyte. Pretty insightful. Just so as long as you stick your tongue up, you know, or you make it look like it hurts a little bit, that's the secret sauce that you can sprinkle on all of your gigs, all of your marketing material, your press kits and stuff like that, right? Just make it look like it hurts. And that's, I guess, the, you know, basic marketing 101 for the guitar player. Or make it look like it's going to hurt, you know, get that anticipation rolling. Anyway, just a quick stretch. I'm feeling like this is a good place to be. Usually what happens during this stretch period will go through 16 clicks or 4 bars at 60 beats per minute. So, you know, literally like, I don't know, 2 minutes or something, just over 2 minutes of stretching every 15 minutes. And really what we should be doing is every 15 minutes getting up, stretching our bones out. And I didn't do this yet. Stretch out your bones, get your arms in like a door jamb. So I put my hands on like a door jamb and then just kind of roll through, you know, the jack studs on each side of the door, or the frame of the door, and kind of like just lean into this. Basically what we're trying to do is undo the fact that we're hunched over like gremlins, you know, or goblins as guitar players. We need to undo that stuff. You know, looking one way with your neck, look the other way with your neck, with your head. Roll, do these shoulder rolls. So what I'm doing now is I'm rolling this way. You can see it in my shoulders are turning. I'm all the way back with my thumbs as far back as I can go. And then I'm rotating all the way forward. And these will help with that shoulder mobility too. And all the while, don't forget about my breathing. So this is all great stuff to do. Now you should have a brand new arms and limbs with which to play your guitar. So let's go ahead and get right back at it. And we're now graduates, 2 and 3 finger graduates. Now we're 4 finger wonders now. So let's take a look at fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on frets 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'll count us off. 1C and a 2C and a putting on my shoesies. But not today, I think. I forget. I think Mark usually will stick around for an entire hour on Mondays. I think we're going to bring back the live chat here and there. So we'll see what happens in the next, you know, few days or week or whatever. We'll see what the consensus is. But stick around because we have some really great hybrid picking warm-ups coming up. So if you're into hybrid picking or you've just always been wondering about it, or you have a friend who's been wondering about it, or a guitar mate, you know, in your band that's really could use some hybrid picking warm-ups, you know, just to kind of keep up with the system or whatever. You could share the stream. We're going to be here until 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, so about another 34 minutes. And so there's plenty of time to share the stream with some of your friendlies, you know what I mean? Some of your guitar peeps, yeah. So we'll be here for until 8:30. I'm here every weekday morning, of course, from 7:30 a.m. Eastern time for about an hour, right around an hour. And this is literally my morning ritual for guitar growth. This is what I do to start out the day. I have a 12-hour schedule. Sometimes I hit it. Sometimes I have a couple flex blocks in it. And sometimes I hit the 12. Sometimes I really prefer to spend some time with my wife and family. So that's that's priority, of course. But for some of us, we'll just blast right through all of the hours in the day playing the guitar and forget to eat sometimes, right? So I do have to schedule in the lunch, and then I opt whether to take it or not. All right, first grouping of 4 fingers done and behind us. Let's go ahead and take another look at the 4 finger group, but this time with a 4th finger stretch. All right, 9, 10, 11, and 13. Here we go. 1 E and a 2, and you know what to do. Yes, you do. Grab your guitar. If you're here without your guitar, you can go ahead and grab your guitar. You can, if you don't have your guitar or you're not practicing along, go ahead and give us. You can help me out by just smashing that like button, or gently hit that like button, or double tap your screen if you like. It's a low barrier for entry on that, and it's helpful, I think. But don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. It's essential for life, right? You know, like the old plants need water, man. I don't know if you recall that from the old Sesame Street show, but plants need water. Wild times, man. That was the sort of the golden age of children's television, wasn't it? Where they were literally like genius level people approaching the public access television to make the world a better place, you know. And kind of wondering a little bit about where that went, but I guess times change, don't they? And some people call it progress, you know. I don't always call it progress. What I witness for change, you know, I don't always classify that or qualify it as progress. But, you know, I don't know, you could probably build a justification for just about anything and pull the old wool over the eyes of many. Can't you? Yeah, you can. But we're just hanging out with the guitar, just talking guitar shop. Speaking of guitar shop, have you heard, I'm sure you're familiar with Jeff Beck's album, Guitar Shop, right? So here's the same thing we did. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4. We did the 4th finger stretch. We're coming back with finger 1 stretch. So we're doing the old kickstand. This one's for Jill. I don't even know if you're still around, but hopefully you're still around. But if you're not, you're out enjoying your summer. So that's wonderful. And I know that you're still playing guitar and you're still working on building guitars. So here we go. 10. So let's see. We've got 8, 10, 11, and 12. 1 and 2. Here we go. That's right. Let's just jump right into it. You're here with Jason, Carey. I'm Jason, your host, and I host a morning ritual for guitar growth every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. And this is we're halfway through. Literally right now is 8 o'clock, top of the hour. So we're going through all of this warm up. No vanity, no glamour, no shiny things, you know what I mean? For the, you know, I've always heard, I had this guy who used to come to my shop. We call him Dr. Scary Sharp, and he would make all of my carving tools sharp. You could you just shave your arms. He'd get out his old Arkansas and finish the things up and strop everything up and nicely. And then you could shave your arm with just a single swipe. But he always used to tell me, because he'd get the tools really nice and shiny, you could see your face in the ends of it. Even if you had the old tools, he refurbished them, and I was, you know, in my guitar building shop, and I said, Jesus, Rick, Dr. Scary Sharp, Rick, those are so carefully honed. I've never seen chisels behave like this before. And he said, well, it's a long time. It's a craft. Learning how to sharpen correctly is you have to. It's a craft like anything else that you have to practice and hone. No pun intended. And I said, they're so shiny and beautiful. And he said, oh yeah, well that's good. I do it that way because I know monkeys like shiny things. And I said, well, wait a minute. He says, yeah, I know. So after I sharpen your tools, I know that you're going to want them to be shiny again after you dull them down, because you monkeys like shiny things. And I always get a kick out of him. So we'd always go out for lunch and spend a couple hours together when he was in town. And just a wonderful dude. I miss seeing him around. But yeah, you know, one of the most honest musicians. He wasn't one of those that just carried his smiley face around in a box and took it out when he needed to endear someone. You know, he was not one of those characters in my life. Of course, you know, when you're in show business, the show must go on, so you need to, you know, be constantly, perpetually sort of endearing the other. And he had no interest in that. And was super, just a super guy. But yeah, monkeys like shiny things. So we make these, we're not making these episodes very shiny, unfortunately. So there is a little shine here and there. So if you are into shine, you can benefit from a little shine. Oh, there's a shine right there, some shine right down here. So fortunately, there's a little something for everybody. Shine right here on my, you know, but there's a little shine here and there, I guess. We're not without vanity, I guess. That's not the point. Let's go ahead and just keep working. So we did we do all the 1, 2, 3, 4 kickstand. Let's just go and see what we got here. Yeah, it's there, it's coming, you know. Still, what I'm working right now, I'd really like to focus on just approaching the, you know, the pick control, the string skips, because what we're really going to close with today is, what I mean by close, when we approach the end of the session, the end of the session is our mindset transitions from that of a warming up guitar practitioner, a guitar practitioner that's totally focused on one thing, warming up the fingers. Then the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, usually the last 10 minutes, we try to do a mind wipe and just kind of ready the mind to enter the day of guitar practitioner, of practicing the guitar and going to take the guitar, at least for our own person, into new and uncharted territories, or practice the repertoire, or practice the new pieces, or write the new stuff, or working on practice. So the last 10 minutes is just kind of like shifting the mindset from that of a completely 100% focused on the moment guitar player to opening up in the warm-up mode, to opening up something different in the practice mode. All right, so you stick around for that, and we have this really nice experience with hybrid picking coming up to, you know, finish our warm-up adventure today. So I'll go through the old 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal patterns. Maybe with fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, dig a ding ding da da da. Focusing on the picking hand, you know, picking hand agility, basically, right? I want to just show you a way to expand this a little bit too. I'll show you right now. We could just start in the 4 middle strings, and then that way, when we start with the 4 middle strings doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, forward, you could see the pick advance up through the string set. You could just do this, use it as an alternate picking exposure, or you could just use it as a sweep picking structure. And you'll notice that the pick, when you sweep, doesn't go directly from one string to the next, stop and wait. one string to the next and stop and wait. If I'm sweeping slowly, I'm controlling the pick so that it goes through with an even sweep. We don't hurry up and get to the next string, but we have a very careful and calculated control of the pick sequence. All right, but I'm using this as an opportunity to hone my, to sharpen my down, up, or alternate picking sequencing. And then what we could do is, because we have a string lower now, we could practice introducing a string skip, and then on the bottom and both on the top, you could do one, of course, and then the other. But right now what we'll do is we'll do them both together to save a little bit of time. One and let's do like 1 E and a 2 E and a D E. Let's do, because it's probably new, let's do 2 attacks per beat. Let's go ahead and start now on 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then we reverse that to this pattern, the reciprocal pattern. So 9, 10, 11, and 12, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then let's go ahead and start that. What we'll do is descend into the next pattern, and then, all right, 1 and 2, and this is what it looks like. Go. Benefit we have here is studying the full breadth or depth of the string set. The string set I have 6 strings. You might have 7 or 8 strings on your guitar, or whatever, 5 if you Keith what's his face, and then we're just working string skips. You know, that's all we're doing with a totally programmatic fret hand. But I'm taking my sweet, sweet time, getting through this with my picking hand. And working on making this as musical a situation as possible. Today is the first day I've introduced this as a sequential problem, right? And you probably know all about this, but I wanted to start introducing more of these things. There's an entire book, like, you know, Steve Vai's 10-hour guitar workout. It's super famous workout. And then John Petrucci, not to be confused with John Patitucci, the you know, famous bass guitar player, but John Petrucci, of course, is a wonderful guitar player in his own right, and just a beautiful teacher, but player and guitar thinker. So he's got books, and Justin, thank you for that. I appreciate that still. But there are books like full of these patterns and permutations. So I don't really need to do them all at once, but I want to incorporate, you know, new ones as we go. And so this was the first time we started to separate the typical, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise into a bigger spread and a bigger sort of problem that introduces multiple issues, where you have a string skip and then a contiguous string, and then introduce another skip. So we're breaking up that symmetrical, it's still a symmetrical pattern, but it's not that, you know, contiguous string grouping anymore. So that's cool. First day we did that today. All right, episode like 138 or something like that. Today's episode 138. And we're here for the whole year. I mean, I'm here for the whole year. So if you'd like to join along and see what's going to happen, let's go ahead and stretch. Pardon me for the jasmine's a flower. I'm drinking green tea with jasmine scent in it. It's not like the, I don't know what you put in, like the Earl Grey or whatever. It's that like cardamom or something, or whatever they use to add fragrance to the tea. This is green tea with jasmine in it. And I like to do stretch every 15 minutes. So here's my stretch for the 15-minute marker. We're getting ready to start approaching the finish of this morning ritual for guitar growth. And I think after this, before we start working on the hybrid picking, I'm going to just work us through some of the pentatonic system workout, the warm-ups that we've been incorporating and folding. So if that's something that you're not interested in, you can always flip away and come back if you choose, if you wanted to get into the hybrid picking workout, or you could stick around and play along with us, play through this, power through this new session. I'm just going to work through this on my axe here. I call my axe Tweety. Thank you very much for you all to point out someone taking screenshots of my morning ritual for guitar growth and said, hey, you should call your guitar Tweety. And there it is. It's Tweety. I've never named a guitar before. I always just call them guitars. The instance of it's just an instance of an instrument, right? An extension of the body or the person. All right. So here we go. 1. So 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. Like I said, if you're still in need of this, if you've already emailed, we definitely got your email. I've been instructed to say it's coming. You have your emails. I guess they're going out in batches or whatever. And so you have your free PDF for Pentatonic systems from Jason Carey Guitar. Just if you need the PDF still, you can just email us at growth@jasoncareyguitar.com and just say, hey, morning ritual for guitar growth in the subject, and then, or something to the effect of, hey, I'd like to have that Pentatonic systems sheet for free, that binder in the body of the email. So don't hesitate to let us know, okay? 1 E ended. Let's go ahead and do 16th note triplets so we can get through all of the patterns in 5 minutes, right? And if you need, like I said, if you need the sheet, just let us know, and then you can master all of these patterns on your own time and join. You don't have to play 16th note grid or 16th note triplets. You don't have to. You can just work through these patterns at your own speed. Even though we might be traveling at a different rate of speed, it's still considered warm-up time for you. So do what you can when you can, as well as you can. Here we go. 1 2 popocatépetl, popocatépetl. If you hear other notes that don't really belong in that pattern, it's okay. I'm just thinking, like, in terms of altering the pentatonic system as we go along. That minor 7, or that same idea. We're just, instead of using that flat 7, we're using that Carlos Santana sort of major 6 or 13 sound to get that brighter sort of Dorian mode. Right, but anyway, enough of that. Let's go to the next shape. It's the major shape, 2 4 1 4 1 4 1 3 2 4 2, 4. You could just play along like it's a sort of a quasi sort of like chromatic style finger warm up. So if you hit the notes, great. If you hit the fingerings, not. Just practicing through this is enough, I think, for now. But if you need the sheet, go ahead and let me know at growth@jasoncareyguitar.com, and we'll email you for free the Pentatonic Systems sheet. Okay, one end, dugga da ba, dugga da ba, dugga da bugga da ba ba. Stick around for the hybrid picking sequencing that's coming up, though. And why would you want to incorporate hybrid picking into your technique? Hybrid picking is a really interesting thing. So, reasons why we want to use finger roll style playing, or that we can only access typically with finger style. We get this. I'll show you. We'll just walk through a couple of sequences here in just a moment, and we'll work on how to practice those and how to warm those things up. All right. So the next shape is 1 3 1 3 1 3. I'm going to use stretch 4. We could also use 1 3 1 3 1 3. Stretch that first finger back. Let's do this one today. Let's do the stretch the first finger back today. We'll come back to that stretch 4 version later on. So 1 3 1 3 1 3. Stretch finger 1 back to fret. You know, we'll drop it back one position. You get that kickstand out, and then 1 4 and then 1 3. Here we go. 1 3 1 3 1 3. Stretch 1 3 1 4 1 3. 1 2. You know what to do. If you miss a note here and there, that's okay, but just try to correct it. Keep a mental note where the changes need to be made, and make those changes as you go in real time. You know, no problem. You know, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, we can always come back and practice it slower in our practice sessions. Here we go. 1 2. Oh, the next shape is going to be 1 4 1 3 1 3. No, 1 4 1 4. Say one thing and do another. 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4. So 2 1 4s, 2 1 3s, and then a 2 4 and a 1 4. I don't know how many of us listen to the great Philip Glass. But I think those compositions are just really special, you know. But anyway, here we go. 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4. 1 3 1 2 dunga. Strong back. Belly's reaching toward the back. There it is. Found it. Lost it. There it is. Once again, we found it. The next one and final pentatonic system that we'll practice before we turn ourselves into hybrid picking enthusiasts. This is the last run here. It's 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4 2 4 2 4. Then we're going to stick around because you don't want to miss this hybrid picking sequencing here. So let's go ahead and we're going to work through this. 1 2 1 2 3 4. And that's it for today, right there. Not for the session today. We have like 8 more minutes. We're turning these 8 minutes into a really quick sort of like, not a practice, but we're going to warm up. So instead of using a finger style approach, like, you know, I just broke my middle finger this weekend, so this isn't going to sound as pretty as it kind of, and as shiny as it could. But it's basically the finger stylist would have access to, you know, thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinkies of the fret hand, of the picking hand, right? Mm. Okay. Anyway, what we're doing is we have the thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinky fingers. Or typically we would have the thumb if you were, you know, basically doing your if you were doing your hybrid, you know, you're basically your finger style. If you're playing that kind of, that style, finger style, we're using typically thumb and then index and middle fingers. And then there would be, you know, that would be it. And you have, the thumb would go back and forth, you know, and do this pattern on 2 strings and basically be the bass line. And then you'd have these other 2 fingers basically playing in time, or so together with the thumb, or such as the first notes of Dust in the Wind, or offset. You're either playing together or away from each other, or you could play together. So it's together, offset, offset, and then it would be together, but we don't play that note on the last time around the pattern. I did a lesson on Dust in the Wind, I think, way back when. So if you wanted the full tutorial, you could go ahead and search for Dust in the Wind on my channel. I think it will pop up, right? Let me know if you go look at it and what you think about it. It's an old one. I think we did it on the porch of a farmhouse. Kind of a pretty easy, you know, low-hanging fruit kind of session. But now if we wanted to approach this with hybrid picking, that same kind of picking style, we could use the thumb. I'm obviously holding the pick with the thumb and index, so no longer can I use my thumb to, you know, and then these 2 fingers, I need to bump this down. Once I clamp this off, I only have 1 extra finger, but now I have, just incorporate that 3rd finger, the ring finger, and that is how all of that hybrid picking works. It's just that, oh, well, we decided that we want to basically do the gig with a pick in hand, but I also want to have the benefit of having those rolls and those quick slippery things that we really only do with finger style. This finger stylist will do stuff like, you know, we have and it's hard to do some things with the pick that we could just easily do with the pick and fingers, right? So all of that stuff basically starts with doing the things that we know, right? So if we were playing Dust in the Wind, we either have what would have been the thumb. So thumb, and then this time it's the middle or the ring finger together. And the trick with a good hybrid picking specialist would be to create the consistency of tone from between the picked tone and the finger-styled tone. So I'm going to play this thumb, what would have been the thumb part with the pick, and just add the hybrid fingers. And this is like guitar gold right here, you know. And then something like that, but it's let me see if I can show you angle a little bit more of, just give you that pick hand view a little bit better. So I know it's the bottom of the hour, we're taking off now, but here it is. So together, pick, middle, offset, and then offset again, even though we're going back and forth between the two alternating bass notes. And then gradually, we might need to turn off the metronome and then gradually work up the speed so that we can get up to a meaningful tempo. All right, not that that's not meaningful, that slow tempo, but it's worth checking out. And again, we've reached that, oh man, I've got these ticklers on this phone. We've had to dial in another phone this morning last minute because we had a technical difficulty with the other phone. Blah, blah, blah. But thank you so much for being here and sharing your seat time with us here today at Jason Carey Guitar. This was and is the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. So if you missed us today, we're going to be here tomorrow. We're every weekday morning for the entire year of 2025. So if you'd like to join us tomorrow, go ahead and come back. We'll see you tomorrow with your guitar, and we'll work through some guitar work together. I know it's not for everybody, but it is for those of us who really want to get some guitar growth done this year, 2025. The last of the great years of guitar playing. Pretty bold statement. No, it's good. We're going to make this guitar year super. So join us tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you then. And if you have questions, or if you still need that blues PDF, growth at jasoncareyguitar.com. And I think that's all for the housekeeping today. So we're out for now. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. Until we meet again, I wish